Yep, I'm drinking since people have a problem with it. And let me just put out a disclaimer right now. If you have a problem with anything that I say or do on this video, I suggest, or any videos for the matter, I suggest you click off this video right now because this is not the channel for you. This is not the video for you. Because let me just put it out there. I'm going to say whatever the hell I want. Like, I am so sick and tired of getting negative comments from people talking about, oh, stop drinking in your videos. Oh, stop doing this. Oh, stop saying that. Why don't you mind the business that pays you? Because I don't pay you. So mind the business that pay you. Don't focus on my business. Focus on your business. If you don't like what I do, click off this damn video, please. Because it's like at the end of the day, I'm not going to let nobody tell me what to do. Like, I'm a grown-ass man. Like, I'm not going to let you tell me what to do. If I want to drink during my video, I will do so. You don't like it, click off. Please click off. Because right about now, I am on a comment delete spree right about now. That's what I'm doing. Like, it's too much going on in the world right now. Too much serious shit going on in the world right now. And this is what you're worried about? What I'm drinking or stop drinking? Go get you some business. Go focus on the trailer park that you're at or wherever you are. Focus on you. Stop focusing on me. Like, seriously. If you have like comments that are not about this show, will be getting deleted. You come at me with negativity, your comment will be deleted, you will be blocked. Let the comments commence. Because I'm in a blocking mood right about now. I really, really am. So anyway. Now that is over with, so let me get into this episode of GH. Everybody is fed up with Cyrus at this point. I know I'm not, but everybody on the show is. All these characters are fed up with Cyrus. They want to know from Sonny, from Mac, the police, when are you going to take care of Cyrus? Can you handle Cyrus? Can you get rid of Cyrus? That's on the minds of everybody right now. Like, Laura and Carly were shook at the Metro Court. They were shaken at the table when Cyrus came over talking to them. Because he pretty much put out some innuendos. He put out some veiled threats, pretty much, to Laura, even to Carly. He was sitting there eavesdropping on their conversation because they were talking about the hospital and the lawsuit that Nell filed against the hospital and against Bobby and Monica. And it was kind of crazy because she said, I think Laura said something about the hospital's liability insurance couldn't cover Bobby and Monica's lawsuit or something like that. But, anywho, she was just saying, like, so anyway, the hospital pretty much cannot afford this lawsuit with Nell. They cannot afford to lose and they cannot afford to settle. Because the difference with settling and losing, I know some people probably don't think there's much of a difference, but there kind of is. Losing outright a lawsuit means that a judge agreed in the favor of the plaintiff or the defendant, whoever is filing the lawsuit. So Nell's filing the lawsuit, so she's the plaintiff. So if Nell wins thanks to a judge, it's not going to look good for the hospital. It would be horrible for the hospital. If the hospital has to settle out of court, it's still going to be bad for the hospital because that's still money that they're losing. It's less. Settling the lawsuit would be less money, but still too much for the hospital if you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? They would have to settle for less than what Nell is suing for, but it's still, going to cripple the hospital financially. But if they lose because of a judge, then Nell would be awarded probably the maximum amount allowed to give, which the hospital cannot afford to give. So either way, the hospital is screwed. If they lose this lawsuit or if they settle, they're screwed. So basically, this lawsuit needs to go away. They either need to win or find a way to get Nell to drop the suit altogether. Either way, they cannot lose this. They just can't. The hospital wouldn't survive it. So, of course, Cyrus was eavesdropping on the conversation. And he was asking Carly, I guess Cyrus got a new house or a new place to live or whatever. So he was asking Carly what her and Sonny's address was so he could send them an invitation to his housewarming or whatever. And I felt like, yet again, why do I feel like every scene Cyrus plays, every scene he does is like he's playing chess with somebody. And I felt like another chess game was being played. in a weird way. Um, just a lot of maneuvering. Like the way he was asking for the address to her and Sonny's house so he could send an invitation. Carly was like, oh, well, why not use, the coffee warehouse? You could send it either to the Metro Court or you could send it to the coffee warehouse. You know that address. He was like, why would I know the address to the coffee warehouse? She said, or you could send it to the pub in New York, in Brooklyn. Trying to basically throw it out there that, you know all these addresses to get to us because you sent your goons to shoot us up at the warehouse and the pub in New York. So you know how to get to us. So send it over there. So he was like, I don't know what you're talking about, trying to play stupid. Because you already know Cyrus ain't going to admit to nothing. Like, that would just be downright stupid. And Cyrus is not a stupid person. So he basically had Laura shaking when he told her, oh, I already know your address. Laura was looking at I was like, Cyrus, you need to stop playing because Laura was done. When he said that, Laura was through. Laura knows that she need to get rid of him fast. Because he talking about he need to be a part of Port Charles's social scene and stuff like that. Cyrus, when he got on that elevator to leave after Laura left, he just was grinning like a Cheshire cat. Carly is at her wit's end with this. Like, she had to ask Sonny straight up, like, what is your plan? Like, let me know your plan for taking down Cyrus. And of course, Sonny's not going to give her blow-by-blow details. She just wanted him to promise her that Cyrus will be dealt with. And Sonny was like, I promise you, he'll be dealt with. I mean, I think it's going to be easier said than done. Because clearly Cyrus is smart. It's not going to be just that easy to get rid of him. He's a smart dude, obviously. So anyway, Curtis wanted to know the same thing from Sonny and Jason. He wanted to know, why hasn't Cyrus been taken care of yet? Because remember, the whole, when Jordan got Cyrus out of prison, Sonny and Jason were supposed to take care of his ass that night. That's what Curtis was under the impression they were going to handle him that night, but they didn't. So Curtis was like, what's the holdup? Why are y'all taking so long? I understand why Curtis is anxious to have Cyrus taken out because he got a family to protect and he wants this to be over with. I get it. But I feel like even with Cyrus dead, it's not going to be over with because you don't know what information or evidence he left with somebody to still get at Jordan. You don't know what he's done to make sure that if something were to happen to him, Jordan would still go down. Like, you just don't know. You never know. Because people like Cyrus, they always got some trick up their sleeve. So I do agree with Jason too, though. I mean, as bad as they want to get rid of Cyrus, it's not going to be that simple to get rid of him. You know what I mean? They have to be very cautious. They have to be very careful because you only get really one good shot at this. You know what I mean? If they mess this up in any way, the payback that they're going to get from this is going to be swift. It's going to be severe. And we already seen how Cyrus operates, how he rolls. So if you do this wrong, you're putting a lot of people at jeopardy if you do this wrong. That means Jocelyn, all of them are going to have to go back under lockdown again. Even deep lockdown. The likes of which they never seen before. Because I'm telling you, they can't mess this up. You only get one good shot at taking out Cyrus. You fuck that up, you done. Cyrus is going to come back with a vengeance. Like, I'm telling you, he's going to have his people on their ass. He's already plotting against them. You know what I mean? He's already plotting. But Sonny just was like, Cyrus going to get what he got coming to him sooner than he think. Well, I hope so. I mean, for their sake, I hope so. But I like Cyrus, though. He's an entertaining villain to me. Like, he's very entertaining. He reminds me a lot of Anthony Zaccara, minus the, talking to plants and stuff, the psycho tendencies. But Anthony was just goofy. He was funny to me. But Cyrus is definitely an entertaining villain. I like it. So anyway, Mac is definitely a cop's cop. And I think Mac is figuring things out at this point. I think he's putting the pieces together if he hasn't already. Because the way he was questioning Jordan, he's putting the pieces together and he's getting there fast. Like, he's figuring things out. Because he was just wondering to her, like, okay, these people kidnapped TJ. Why did they use his phone to text you? Then on top of that, they never asked for a ransom, no type of money, no nothing. So that makes him wonder, okay, this must be connected to you then. This must be personal. She tried to say, well, I have nothing to tell you, basically. I don't know what to tell you, trying to play stupid. And, Mac was like, I'm just, trying to cover all my bases. He was like, if you need to, talk to me about anything, remember, I'm not just an employee here, I'm your friend. So if you need to confide in me or tell me anything, just tell me. See, him saying all that tells me that he knows something ain't right. He knows she's hiding something. But she keeps trying to say, no, I'm not hiding nothing from you. Mac is not stupid. He's been a cop for a long time. He's been in this game longer than Jordan has. So he knows when somebody's holding back, and he know Jordan ain't telling him the truth. He know it. He's just trying to figure out why. Like, what are you up to? What are you hiding? That's what he's trying to figure out. And even when he left her office and stuff like that, he had this look on his face like he knows something's up. He know it. So of course, him and Laura started talking. She wanted an update and stuff about what's going on. And I know she wants to know from Mac if Mac can help her with her Cyrus problem. Because I think she knows that Mac may be the go-to to help her with the Cyrus situation. He probably can. If he didn't have them damn restraints on him, if he was commissioner, I think he could better help Laura. But as chief of detectives, you already know Jordan's going to oversee everything he does. That's a problem. So Mac might have to be a little covert about what he does. He might have to. So anyway, I always enjoy the Trina scenes and stuff like that, and I definitely enjoyed her scenes with Portia, checking up on her, because basically she doesn't want to be home alone and stuff like that. She doesn't want her mom to be home alone or going home by herself. It's clear that she's still shaken up about the shooting and what happened, and Portia was trying to reassure her, like, the PCPD, they got us, like, they're gonna protect the town, but of course, Trina's not so sure about that because she's very upset with Jordan still about the way Jordan just threw her dad under the bus and stuff like that. And she just didn't appreciate it. And I totally understand. But of course, Cyrus comes up. And as soon as Cyrus comes up, thank God Curtis was there. Curtis jumped in between Portia and Trina to cut Cyrus off from talking to them and basically told Cyrus that he needed to back the hell off. Like, Curtis was definitely very protective of them. That's what confirms my suspicions even more that Trina's definitely his daughter. Like, I feel it. I just have that feeling. And I can't wait for that piece of information to come out. But Curtis done had enough of Cyrus. I feel like they're going to have a showdown at some point, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Anyway. So Michael had to bring Sasha to the hospital. Her nose is busted, like just straight drizzling. Just the blood is just flowing. And she kind of snapped at Michael a little bit, talking about he to stop being so nice or whatever. That's just, you can't really ask Michael to stop being who he is. Michael's generally a nice guy, and that's what I like about Michael, but sometimes I feel like he needs to tap into his ruthless side. I feel like he needs to be ruthless when it's necessary to be ruthless. You know what I mean? Like, be ruthless when you need to be ruthless. But I can't fault somebody for being a nice person. Michael's just generally a nice guy. He's gonna be angry at you, but his anger doesn't last too long. Like, he's just an all-around nice person. And he can't apologize. He shouldn't have to apologize for that. But I totally agree with Finn when Finn was talking to Sasha and he was checking out her nose. I agree. I feel like she needs to just tell Michael and Willow the truth. I feel like it's stupid that her and Chase are playing God with other people's lives and manipulating people to do what they think needs to be done. First of all, the hearing is tomorrow for the 5th time because God knows it's taking forever for them to get through one night in this town because they keep saying tomorrow. In the last 3 videos, they kept saying tomorrow. All 4 videos, all 4 days, they kept saying the hearing's tomorrow, the hearing's tomorrow. When the hell is tomorrow in this town? Next year? Like, get it together. So yeah, he was just like telling them, you need to fess up and tell the truth. And I really don't feel like Willow and Michael are going to get married that fast. The hearing is, again, tomorrow. So how are they supposed to pull this off in less than 24 hours? Getting married and convincing the judge that they're in love. How the hell are they supposed to pull that off? Now, had they would have did this a month ago, 2 months ago, then maybe. But you're not pulling this off. And even then, I think pulling this off, period, would have been a stretch no matter when they did it. Um, it just would have looked suspect to a judge. Because I know if I'm a, defense attorney or if I'm a judge, I would look at it with a side eye as well because it's too convenient and it's not gonna work. Because Sasha sitting there talking about something her and Chase know what they doing or whatever. And I agree with Finn. I hope the hell y'all do know what y'all doing. Because y'all just messing up everything right now behind a stupid ass lie. Um Willow talking about she gonna be ready for court or whatever. Well, I hope so, because they're gonna definitely grill Willow on the witness stand. Because her past is gonna be brought up with DOD. You already know that it's just gonna be a hot mess, and I can't wait for it. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode and the show. Have a great day. Peace.